Hi, my name is Sivarajah Natarajan. I'm a visual artist and I'm also a lighting and set designer with Sutra Dance Theatre, and I'm also a trustee with the Sutra Foundation.
Right.
Talking about Brickfields, the famous Vivekananda Ashram, I must say that I was a product of the Vivekananda Ashram. Yeah, and I studied my 2 years kindergarten before going to the primary school.
Yeah.
No, I was there in 71. Actually, it was a Tamil medium kindergarten, and so me and my brother, we go there, and then I spent 2 years how to read and write Tamil. So it's one of those famous place I can never forget. In that ashram, what they do is like every morning before the class start, we have to sing Devarams in Tamil.
Okay. Tamil hymns.
Tamil, yeah. So we have to sing Devarams and all that. So it's a wonderful thing for me. It's also shaping up my life, into the spiritual part of it, at the very early stage. See, my background, I was born and brought up in Brickfield. So I seen Brickfield growing and changing, every second is changing. So now it's like, this is not the Brickfield which I know about 45 years ago.
Right.
So I think what is left in Brickfield, the remnants of Brickfields is the Vivekananda Ashram. I think everything else around it, the surrounding structures, everything has changed. The people changed, the architecture changed and all that. But of course, besides some food outlets, I think this is the only one, we can call it, we can be so proud of, to say that, our own center, the Vivekananda Ashram. It has, to be very frank with you, so when I was studying there in Vivekananda Ashram, see, it's a Tamil medium, they don't let you write on a left hand. So I'm a left-hander. So what happened, I have to, whatever they write on a blackboard, so I have to copy everything using the chalk on my left hand. And then when the teacher make the round, so I have to switch. Because they are very strict. The Indians, they are very strict. They don't allow anyone to practice left hand. I think it's rude or something. I don't know. But then, in a way, I take it as a blessing because when I grow up, I realized that I can work with both hands. When I started painting, I used my left hand to paint and then my right hand to write. So in a way, I'm so blessed because, Vivekananda Ashram has changed that. So it's a gift for me. Yeah.
Okay. And then any further personal recollections like dance, or did you get a chance to perform there or meet anybody there? Or
No, I think for me, I think see, when in the 2 years when I was there, basically it's all about the people, the surroundings, You see, it's more like an education there, So of course, Devaram is one of the important thing, So when if you know that Devarams and all that, I think it's like something it's give you. It guide you on a proper path. So that is already a biggest gift for me. So I think so that helped me. But then that's why I feel so sad when I come to know that they are going to them build something. So I say they shouldn't happen. So what is there is left in Brickfield. Is this the only building? If they remove this or they change, and there is nothing to be proud of. You are just erasing the history. Of the what you call our civilization's significance of Brickfields. So if you change everything, I think nowadays is everything going to look superficial. If you keep on changing, and then you lose the spirit of the place. Of course, when you have a bigger structure, look nice and very sleek and that kind of things. But I think you don't have a soul in it. Everything look artificial.
In fact, Mr. Siva, there are proposals to develop it as a cultural center. That's the people are okay with that, but to develop it into a multi-story residential, that's the objection.
You see, I think to develop into a cultural center, you see, when you look at Brickfields, I think Brickfields is a spiritual place.
Right.
You see, nowhere in Malaysia or anywhere. You can see all this from the cathedrals, from the church, to the Hindu temples, to the Muslim, mosques,
the
Buddhist temples, So everything is there. I think it is a very spiritual place, I think we should maintain that rather than changing it. Come on, it's not that we are shortage of land in Malaysia.
Yeah.
If they want to develop something, there's so many lands, so much lands outside and all that.
Right.
Not on that. How many? I don't know how many 1,000 square feet is that. But I think just why can't they just let it go and develop into like a cultural center? You see, an art center or something. You see, like Indian High Com. See, they have called ICC, Indian Cultural Center. See, probably you can give it to them, and take over, and then they can run, a lot of, because they bring a lot of artists in exchange program. They bring all the cultural activities from India.
Together with them.
So work together with the Indian ICOM, and then use this, maximize the space, Then we can create a lot of awareness. I'm not saying that KL people are not culture. I mean, there are already enough culture in Brickfields, okay. But I think why you want to bring? There are already thousands of concrete buildings. Why can't they just spare this? And just have some soul, or
Very good. That's something that's everybody has expressed disappointment and sadness.
Yeah.
But you're saying that it has a soul. It has to be preserved. Yes.
Yeah, it has to be preserved. You see, when you live with someone for some time, I think it takes its own shape. Basically, you can't say that it is just a building.
Right.
No, I think as you age, so you develop a relationship with that structure.
Right.
Basically, you are in love with that thing. Because that surroundings protects you. Yeah, and basically a lot of, I don't know, but for me, I'm sensitive about this kind.
Yeah.
So the moment you go into a one space, you always feel that, I have this kind of a positive vibrations.
It's
So I think in that, I feel, because I was a product of Vivekananda Ashram, I must say that I'm very proud, that I was born and brought up in Brickfield. So I seen the changes, which is is going through in Brickfield. I think now everything has gone, everything has gone, the rustic charm of the Brickfield is gone. It's taken over by these gigantic buildings. But I think this is the only one is left. I think for the younger generation, I think we should preserve something for them. Yeah. So what is this? All this dollars and cents. You can get everything. For money. If you have the money, you can just buy the whole thing and build. I think this. I think they should just spare it. Not to touch.
Mrs. Ma, do you have any requests for the trustees? Any message for the trustees?
Because I'm not in the position to suggest or something, but for me, as a Keralite, I was born and seen in Brickfields. For me, I was it's sad to see that something is happening, I'm very disappointed. I think I'm helpless. I'm helpless, So what I request from the committee is why can't they just let the building be like that? It's been there, for the past how many years since 1903. Yeah, it's been like that, So why can't just let it be like that, and give some cultural organization like the Indian ICOM, the culture center, the Indian Culture Center, to take over, and then they will be bringing in all the world-class artists who are on transit, from India, to other part of the world. KL is almost like a transit. That's why we do in Sutra as well. We always, whenever artists from overseas coming in, so we present them here, in Sutra. So I think in the ICC, Indian Culture Center, are capable. So you can suggest to them to take over, and then to preserve the building.
There is a movement to get heritage status for the site.
Okay.
And if that happens, then it would be saved from further development or
yeah, I think that's technical, You see, there must have a reason also, it's been, everyone knows it's a heritage building.
Right.
So that means what, they never registered this, is it?
There have been some objections, but the people are now moving.
Yeah. But, but still, but I think that is a landmark of Brickfield. When you talk about Brickfields, we talk about the food, the Indian community. I think if we keep on changing, the current flow, and then we're not going to have anything. It's like then what you left for the future generation. It's like you're just going to look like one the modern city, like New York,
soul.
without soul.
Right.
You have people,
Right.
and they don't communicate.
Right.
All isolated. So we lose that. If we lose that, our identity of Brickfield.
Right.
If you lose the Vivekananda Ashram, then I think you lose the landmark, and you lose the identity of Brickfield. That's what, for me, I strongly believe that. At least there is something. I mean, earlier we don't have the Vivekananda statue, was not there. I think it's just recently, a few years ago. When I was studying there, so I really enjoyed, like when we were studying there, we always have the prayers in the morning, then the class, then we have a recess time. Then one Chinese uncle will come with all the, the kanda, he bring the Nyonya Kuih.
I see.
Then, so that was highlight for me. You always wait for the recess time to spend the money. So I think that my earlier days, the early days in Brickfields in the Vivekananda Ashram, I think it has made me a better person, and I think it's made me the artist who I am now today.
Thank you very much.